Believe it or not, I've never installed a network adapter. I've installed loads of other stuff. I've even built computers and I build all my own computers, but I've never installed a network adapter before. So this is a first for me. This is a dual 10 gigabit network adapter, dual. And I don't have anything that supports 10 gigabyte at the moment, but I'm planning for the future. I've been upgrading my studio, whatever you want to call it. And I thought I'll get a 10 gigabyte network adapter. And what I'm going to do, providing I can fit it in, because I'm not sure if my graphics card support bracket is going to be in the way or not. But if I can get it in there, I will put it in there and I will connect it to my NAS. And also, by connecting it to my Synology NAS, although that only runs at 1000 gigabytes per network, and it has a dual network that I've bind together, if possible, and I don't know if it is possible, I will do the same with this. I will bind them together. So that will give me 20 gigabytes per second in theory. But as my NAS is only binding up to 2 gigabytes, I won't get 10 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes, but I will hopefully get 2 gigabytes instead of 1 gigabyte, if that makes sense. At the moment, there's 2 channels and combine them together to make 2 gigabytes, but I've got nothing to plug it into the other end to use that 2 gigabytes. But if I can combine this together, like I've done on my NAS Synology, that'd be brilliant. I'm not saying it will happen, but hopefully it will. So with that, what I'm going to do is quickly get it out of the box. It wasn't sealed, by the way. This is how it came, like this. It came in another bag. Yeah, it was a bag. And believe it or not, it comes with a CD. Luckily, I do have a DVD drive or reader handy, a portable one. But I was very surprised to see that, especially as you can download them nowadays. Or maybe they should have just, chucked in a memory stick, because they're quite cheap nowadays, aren't they? A little memory card, couple of quid. I suppose this is cheap. It's probably about 10p or something like that. I will use this because I prefer to use this as to downloading, just to be on the safe side and make sure I download the correct stuff. And plus, it might have extra software on there as well. So let's have a quick look at it. As always, I'll stick a link in the video description. Oops, get that out of the way. So it comes with a small bracket. Probably won't be using that. Probably just use that one. And there it is. Now, 10 gig. 10 gig. Oh my God, my first ever. Nothing special. Got a nice little fan on it. Hopefully it's not noisy as well, to try and keep it cool. And yeah, that is it. It should fit underneath my graphics bracket, support bracket. It should do, but I'm not 100% sure. Also, I noticed when I was reading the specs of this, I'll give you an example. PCI Express example connectors. It will not work on PCIe 1 times. It will not work on PCI 4 times, but it will work on PCIe 8 times and also PCI 16 times. I believe I have 2. Let's have a look. I have 2. Yes, well actually I have 3 16 ones and 1 times 1. So I should be all right. And if you want to know what motherboard I'm using the Asus Rogue Crosshair 8 Wi-Fi. So with that, I'm going to strip my computer down and hopefully plug her in. We will see. You see what I mean? It's got to go down there. So I'm going to have to undo them to get to that. Because I don't really fit. Well, actually, yeah, it'd be easier. Ah, look, controller, not working. Give me a second. I need to install the CD, believe it or not, or the DVD. I don't know. I think it's probably just a CD. DVD player. The CD is installed. It's loading up, and it loaded up on the other screen. There she blows. Right, I don't know. What do I need to do here? Auto run. Install drivers and software. Told you it's best to use software, didn't I? I know most people don't like it, especially the professionals, but I do. And I don't really know more about it. Actually, put your comments in the chat. Preparing to install. What are we waiting for then? Do you want to close the following application? Microsoft Management Console. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Click on next. I accept. Next. Next. Install. Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of blah, blah, blahs.
20 minutes later.
Oh, it looks very professional. Speed not available. I could have got nothing plugged into it yet. What do I need to plug into it? Well, I know what I need to plug into it. So that is installed. I'm going to have a look, play about a bit, find out what I can find out, and then I'm going to get back to you, see if I can give you a bit more information for Intel Ethernet controller. It's the X540 ATI, AT2, sorry. Right, okay. And you can click on that to identify it, so you can see it blinking, in case you've got more than one in there. Alright, very good. Bus speed, blah, blah, blah. Ethernet track, not supported. PCI bus 5, unknown. Right, let's quickly go into device manager. Just want to see if it's come up okay. It says unknown device. Others, and that's been like that for a while, plus them. And I've been trying to clear them for some time now. And I know why they're coming up. I just don't know how to fix it. And if you want to know, it's because of my KVM switch is using the USBs on my monitors that I've downloaded drivers for, and it still comes up with that. If I unplug my monitors or unplug the USB part of it, they're all clear. I don't know. But yeah, it seems to be working fine, and I need to have a play about it. I'll be back. It's actually been a few weeks since the last part of that video because I wanted to make sure I gave it a good run for its money before I tell you what I think about it. Now, before I tell you what I think about it, I just want to quickly show you something. On my PC, that is, my networking. So it says speed is 10 gigabits per second and it's full duplex, and the other one, it's got nothing plugged into it at the moment, as it will show no or not available, because I've unplugged everything. I'm just using the one, and I've been playing about a bit, trying out different things, and my NAS Synology does seem to be faster accessing it, but I've not shown or not been able to see any speed increases when I've done some testing. So as far as I understand, the way it works, I might be wrong here, but you have like two ways of traffic. So one would go one way down that lane and the other one will come back the other way. I think. I could be totally wrong. Let me know in the comments whether I've set it up wrong. It'd be interesting to know what I've done right or what I've done wrong in this case, but it's definitely running at 10 gigabits, or the Ethernet card. Yeah, the Ethernet card is definitely running at 10 gigabits, it says up there. Now I can go to this one as well, which got nothing plugged into, and that's going to say the same. And then this one is not even supported because it's made by Relink or Real-Link. See? But these two are the main two, which are the cards, and they're running. And I have a green light. It's showing green lights, or two green lights actually, on the actual connection, on here, on the actual card. And yeah, it was easy to fit in, very easy to fit in. Downloaded software or installed the software from the actual CD. Again, very easy to do. Even though I don't understand a lot of this software, what I'm actually looking at, I don't understand. Obviously, driver version, hopefully that's obvious to everyone, but port not supportive, thing like that. I mean, what's that all about? And all this down here, jumbo packets. I've never messed about with anything like that, but you can change all the values, which can be quite scary. I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to carry on playing about a bit. And also identify the adapter. I quite like that. I thought it was a good idea. So you can get it to blink, and it blinks. I thought, oh, that's really good. That's quite clever. So it shows you which connection you're plugging into. just by using that. It's very good. But like I said, I've got my switch, my 10 gigabit switch. I've got that plugged into the actual Ethernet card, and then I've got my Synology. Both cables are plugged into the switch, which is a maximum speed of 2.5 gigabits each. But might as well plug them both in anyway, see what happens. Plus I've got other bits plugged into it as well, like my internet. Makes sense, doesn't it? So I can access the internet. My motherboard has got no Ethernet plugged into it whatsoever. As you see, it's showing 0 because I'm going through the switch and it's working fine. The only other problem I've had, which I'm going to try and sort out probably after this video, is for some reason I can't access my Synology from the internet now. I can get it through the network, but I can't access it through the internet. I mean, why not? Why can't you find it? But I will sort that out, I'm sure of it. So was it worth it? As I'm upgrading things, yes, definitely worth it for me because I'm upgrading. Eventually I'm going to be changing that Synology NAS to something that has either 2.5 gigabit Ethernet connection or a 10 gigabit Ethernet connection, or some way of changing the card over to a 10 gigabit Ethernet, because you can't do it on the model I've got. I think it's a 918 plus I've got. Apparently you can't upgrade that one. So let me know in the comments. I've not seen anything where you can upgrade it. Everything tells me you can't, because it would be nice to upgrade it rather than have to buy a new one. So with that, if you have any comments or any suggestions, please post them below. And if you want a link to the Ethernet card, the dual Ethernet card at 10 gigabits per second, I will stick an affiliated link in the video description as well. So with that, if you like watching any of my content on anything that I do, consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you any money whatsoever, and it does help the channel keep on growing. And if you like this video, consider giving me the thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching.